Hi folks, welcome to Carl's Vaping Reviews once again. Welcome to the video. Tonight I've got a review for the Koopor 200 Watt Plus. This was sent on to me by John Bold of boldvape.co.uk. Thanks John for sending this on to me. What I'll do is I'll run down some specs of this device, and then we will go down for a few close-ups, and then we'll come back up and rate it and stuff like that. So currently on Bold Vape, when I get his website up, I'm just seeing what kind of stock he has of these, because he sold the first batch of this out, I think, and I've just got to check on it now for current stock and pricings on this. And I think it was £52 and £52.40. That includes 2 25 hours free, and it's currently unavailable. He's waiting for new stock to come in. So yeah, I mean, they sell like hotcakes, these do. It's been not without its problems for me, to be fair. I've had the ohms sort of jumping around a bit, not recognising the correct ohms now and again on a few atomizers. But yeah, you know, it's a 50 quid mod, so I'm not going to slate it for that. It is working fine at the moment. Whether there was some gremlins here with regards to my coils or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a 200 watt device, like I say. It's the big brother of the Koopor Mini. Now, it has an output of 6 watts to 200 watts. Resistance ranges in Temp mode with nickel wire. It has a minimum resistance of 0.08 and up to 3 ohms. And then in Wattage mode, or with using Canthal, it's 0.1 ohm to 3 ohms. You can use, with this 200 watt plus, you can use, it's got settings for stainless steel, nickel and Canthal, which I think on the Mini it was missing the stainless steel. It's a dual 18650 device. It comes with a, when I can find it, here somewhere, comes with a little silicon like the Mini did, orange one, if you're that way inclined. And it's a well-built mod. It's a well-built mod. I think it has too many of them holes, to be honest. It's like a colander. It is like a colander. Although I like the front design and the feel of it, the build quality, I don't think the buttons are as rattly as they used to be on the Mini. I mean, the Mini I had, the buttons weren't very, very rattly, but I've seen a few recently and they've been quite rattly. But what rattle I'm getting is very minimalistic. The screen's a lot brighter on the Koopor Plus as well than it was on the Koopor Mini, and obviously you can go up to 200 watts with this device. I've currently got a 0.34 ohm build coil in here on my OBS Cryos, and it's at 40 watts. So I'll just turn that down a little bit actually. We'll take it down to 35. I've just got a 50-50 juice in here. I don't normally vape 50-50, but I had some juice lying around in here, 50-50. Still 3 milligram, but it can be a bit harsh for me. But I just wanted to see how 50-50 wicks in this OBS Cryos. But yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, it's a magnetic back. I'll show you on close-ups. I've got 2 LG HE4s in there, and it finish around the battery door is very, very good. And I think the magnets are a little bit stronger than they were on the Mini as well. It takes, you know, there's a tiniest bit of play in it there, but yeah, too many holes for me. That could be aesthetically a bit more pleasing, all these holes. Micro USB port. With that way, you know, I've had to mention it because of the problems with the Koopor Mini and what the statement that Koopor put out about vendors doing firmware updates. It ain't going to happen, Koopor. It's just not going to happen. And you need to change your philosophy on and your whole business practice around marketing this USB port as a firmware upgrade only, especially on the mini devices, which are single 18650. And you cannot utilize this port on this either for charging, but you should be able to do on the mini. I know this review's about the 200 watt, but I've got to mention that the mini as well, because I did the mini review not so long back. And Koopor, it's not going to happen, and people are not going to buy your mods as cheap as they are. They will not buy your mods based on the firmware upgradability. You are the brother of Smock. Get Smock to make the tool to update this. Get the programming tool to update it, because vendors will not be. We won't be happy sending stuff off at our cost, devices off at our cost to vendors, and vendors won't be happy because vendors haven't got the time to do firmware upgrades for X amount of people. So Koopor, sort your crap out, sort your shit out your end, because that's not good from a customer perspective at all. So, you know, rant over. And you've got to sort your programming out. You've got to sort, if you're going to sell these with these ports and it's going to be firmware upgradable, you've got to supply the programming tools to do it. You can't ask vendors to do it. They buy stuff off you. You can't ask vendors to do that. So, you know, I just don't know where they're going with it. It's just ridiculous. It's a ridiculous statement that they put out. And you know, especially when people have bought the mini on the basis of it being firmware upgradable, and then you put a statement out like that. Shame on you, Koopor, for that. So, you know, that's, you know, it's not detracting away from this review of this device, but it needed to be said. So we'll go straight down for close-ups for this, guys, and then I'll give you a close-up look at the screen. It's pretty similar to the mini, really, apart from a couple of little settings on there. There's something missing on the shortcuts on here as well that's on the normal menu, and I'll show you that on close-up. So we'll see you down at close-ups. Hi guys, welcome to the close-up for the Koopor Plus. This is the skin. It's exactly the same but bigger as the skin that you got with the mini. I won't open it up. It's exactly the same. It's got the vent holes in to match. So that's the skin. I won't spend too much time on the skin. Then we open it up, slide the box open like so, and we get it's nicely packaged. The packaging's lovely. Little pull tab here to get the whole thing out. We'll put the box to one side for a second. We'll just get the bits out of there actually, and then that's the empty box. You don't want to see that. You get some Koopor battery safety, which is nice to see. Very nice to see. Let's just go into manual focus. There we are. Very nice to see. Battery safety card in there. And then we get a customer card with the product verification details on there, etc. And then a nice in-depth, fold it out in a couple of languages, manual, fold up. Too big to put on camera because it opens up, doesn't open up like a book, it opens up like a map. So, but please read these instructions if you intend on buying this. It's got all the contents of what the packing list is, the warranty, the verification, TC mode, VW mode, etc, etc. So very nice manual there with pictures as well. And then we come to the device, slide the device out like so, and this is the device, and it's a very, very nice finished device. And the Koopor Mini was the same. Nice stainless steel connection. It's got a bit of condensation around there from my Goblin Mini that I've had attached to this, but excuse any finger marks. But let's get in close to have a look at the finish on this. Gold plated spring loaded 510 in there. Nice stainless steel threads around the outside, bit of an airflow channel. your fire button, your fire button, and your up and down buttons, and your screen, and then more venting. And if we see, it says not for charging, only upgrade. Well, Koopor needs to sort that side of your company out. And then as you see markings and nothing on the other side. I've got some, it says plus on the back, and open, slide down, open it up, and you've got some more vent holes in here, your 4 battery contact points, battery magnet points here for holding the back cover on. Then really neat, let's just get the batteries out. There you can see the really hefty springs. So when you insert these batteries, I'll show you when I insert them. You get Koopor KP200 version 1.002 is on this device, and so I'm not sure 1.002. So I'm not sure if we are looking at any batteries out there with 1.001 on, and what they've changed and what they haven't changed, if anything. C seems a funny number to be starting on that. So aesthetically, very pleasing. Now to turn this on, we use the 5 button, 5 clicks, 1 2 3 4 5. Koopor comes up, welcome, and then you get greeted with the screen. Sorry about the glare, guys, my camera doesn't pick this up very well at all. Then you've got a menu from here. I mean, you can attach your, let me just attach my, because it's easier, just attach my OBS. This is a rebuildable, by the way. And when we go to fire it, see, that should ask for the, I know it's a cancel, but it normally asks for the zero it out. Ask for a new coil, whether it's a cancel or a nickel, it normally asks. There you go, and then we go up, and it's 0.34 ohms, and it's got, let me just get my little pointer. Where has he gone? He's there. Here is your wattage, here is your ohms reading, and normal is the level of regulation for how it ramps up and gives you a vape, and the battery level meter, because you can change that norm. I'll show you in the settings in a second. And then you press the fire button and the norm goes off and tells you how many volts it's putting through to the coil, with the seconds moving as well, going up. So to get into the menu, it's 3 clicks, 1 2 3, and then you're on first menu, second menu. Each click of the fire button moves it along 1 increment. That X there means it exit. And to select one of these, you either leave it on there for a good number of seconds, or you just press and hold the fire button. So the first one is here. So that's watt mode, temp mode, memory mode. In memory mode, there's 20 settings in memory mode where you can input different memory settings in there, which is quite neat, and people use that quite often. I've not used it on here. I'm just going to very quickly go through this menu because it is virtually the same as the Mini. So if we choose memory mode, watt mode by press and holding, then we can go to the strengths. Now this is where the mod ramps up from. You've got soft. Let's just see max. So you've got minimum, soft, normal, hard, and max. Now remember them: minimum, soft, normal, hard, and max. They're the strengths. So I've just leaving it on normal. So that's that. Then you press and hold it, and there's only one sub menu for the Wattage mode, which is that normal. Now there's a shortcut for this to change that, and it is the fire button and the up button. Sorry, that's temp mode. That's memory mode. It's not the up button. And that's watt mode. That's your shortcut for changing your modes of wattage, temp mode, or memory mode. So we're back in wattage mode again. It's this button here. Got me up and down, wrong way around. So it's 5 button and strength hard, strength max, strength minimum, strength normal. Where's the soft gone? There's no soft on the shortcuts, but there is on the menu itself. So it's missed a strength out on the shortcuts on the firmware. This firmware being 1.002. So let's put it on normal. Normal there. Right, there's 2 ways of turning this off as well. You can go to 5 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to lock it, and then this is the long way round really. So if it's in lock mode, you can press and hold the 5 button and keep holding it, keep holding it, keep holding it, and then it comes up with power on, power off. Press and hold the 5 button and it turns off. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn it back on again. You can go to the menu to do it. 1, 2, 3, which is the quicker way. 1, 2, 3. There's your power. Press and hold the 5 button and power on, power off. And then press and hold the 5 button and it turns off. So that's another one of the menu options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of clicking in this, guys. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. And it's still in. When you switch it back on, if it's been in lock mode, it's still in lock mode. Let me just exit out of there. What mode? Normal. As you can see, the lock's still on there. It remembers it's been in lock mode, so you've got to 5 click it to get it back out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's unlocked again now. So back into the menu. 1, 2, 3. Then it's also got on this mode, we'll go into temp mode. Temp mode, strength normal, coil TCNI, TCTI, and TCSS. Now whichever one of them pick, you'll have a coefficient to pop up next. So let's say we were using nickel. Then your TCNI with them numbers, which you can change, is your coefficient. You can change the coefficient on there to whatever type of nickel wire you have, etc. Normal hard drawn nickels normally around about 0.0067 on average. So that's that one. So press and hold again. TCNI DC. That's dual coil or single coil. So always make sure you press the correct one to whichever coil you're using because of the power. And then press again. So that's DC. Choose that, and then that's it. And then that's your. You get them in all the temp modes, all them options. So 1, 2, 3. Go to the puff counter. You got maximum, never, already. I don't use this at all, but it's you can reset your puffs if you leave it, etc. But I don't really use that. Back into the menu again, and then you've got settings mode here. Press and hold it. First one is stealth on and off. I don't want the stealth. And then your screen time in seconds, how long the screen stays on for in between vapes. Settings again. Next one is your contrast, which is it. You can change the contrast or brightness or whatever you want to call it. It's always on 100% for me. And then settings again. This is where you can rotate your screen. Normal and rotate. Now when you just rotate the screen, the buttons don't really rotate, so you've got to sort of like up isn't up anymore and down isn't down anymore if you have it in normal mode. It's weird. It says weird to get used to, so I've left it in rotate mode. It just works the right way for me, depending on how your brain works. 1, 2, 3. Settings again. And then you've got this. It was introduced not so long back. This is your adjustment of the initial ohms. Now, this is a 0.34 ohm coil, like it states there. 1, 2, 3. But I can change that down to I think it can go down to 0.05 or up 0.05 before it stops. So I can officially get that down to about 0.3, 0.290. I don't know why, dirty contacts and stuff like that they've marketed this as for, but I'm not too sure about it, and I don't really touch it, to be honest. And it's not, if you change that, your vape quality will change drastically. So I don't really touch that, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, back on the settings again, and then that's exit, and that's it, guys. 1, 2, 3, and then the last one's your power off, which you've already seen, or exit. There's your temperature if you're in temp mode, like this is, and it round robins to centigrade. It goes up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit or in centigrade, and it's 0.5 increments in centigrade mode. When you're in Fahrenheit mode, when I get down to it, it's 10 increments, 0.10 increments, 80, 70. So it doesn't go up in 0.1. It's 10 increments of 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, that's it then, guys. Really, it's a very well equipped device for the money. Don't forget, this is a £50 device, and it's a very well equipped device for the money. We'll go back up to the top now. There's nothing else to show you on this, and that's the Koopor Mini up close. Let me just get back into focus. Aesthetically pleasing. I would like this to be redesigned a bit better. It's like a bloody colander, honestly. That many holes in it. It wasn't so bad looking on the Mini, but with this being a wider device, you've sort of decided to go all the way across with the holes. At least they could have put it in some sort of pattern. But yeah, very nice device. So we'll go back up to the top, and I'll have another talk on it. See you up there. Hi guys, welcome back up. Hope you got everything you needed from that close up. It's always difficult to show these screens on camera. I'm not going to touch and rant on again about Koopor's failings in the upgrade part of the company, where they're failing to provide a program to upgrade this device. Now, what I did see on this device was it being firmware 1.002, and to get that up, you take the batteries out. Let me just see if it comes. I'm just switching it off now, guys. Switch it off. And then I'll take the batteries out, and it comes, once you take the batteries out and then you put your batteries back in again, it will come up with KP200 version 1.002 is on this one. Now I found that a bit strange on a Koopor Plus 200 watt. I'm hazarding it as a guess that there's going to be some 1.001s about somewhere within these batches. Check your Koopors, guys. I've only got this one. I haven't got any more. I don't know. But yeah, this is 1.002. So I find that a bit strange. I find the strangeness of the companies, like I said in the rant about the firmware upgrade. These are all negatives now. It doesn't detect atomizers sometimes, doesn't ask you for new coils, and when it does, it's been especially with rebuildable ones. I've had it on others as well though, pre-built coils, where it's supposed to be a 0.2 ohm coil or a 0.5 ohm coil, and it's showing way above what it should be. So I'm having to reattach again for it to recognise properly or close enough to it. What other problems have I had with it? Not that many, to be honest. I had a few issues. I think, me personally, and I spoke to John about it, I think this mod fires, although it's showing 35 watts, compared to other devices I've used and had, and I'm used to certain wattages when I've been using different watches. I've been vaping for four or 5 years now. I think this device is firing about between 5 and 10 watts higher than what it should be. If that makes any sense to you, it seems to be. If normally I'm running a 35 watt vape on another device I've had in the past, or my Snow Wolf for instance, the 35 watts on this seems quite high, at least 5 watts high. So I've been sort of knocking this down 5 watts really, compared to, because I normally run this at about 40 watts on my Snow Wolf and on other devices I've got and had. And this one I'm running at 35, and it seems to be the same kind of vape. Whether that's just me or not, I don't know. Obviously, with it being firmware upgradable, hopefully in the future, if Koopor get that together, we could, that could be sorted out in a firmware upgrade, similar to like Smok do with their X Cube 2. Because when all said and done, Koopor is a sort of from the same stable as Smok. But without me rambling on any further, it's been a good device. Yes, it's had its little tweaks and its problems, but £52, guys, this is 52 quid with 225Rs. 225Rs are between 10 and 15 quid to buy. So you're looking at a 35, 40 quid device, 200 watts, and it's got great build quality. And when it's that kind of money, you can't knock it at all. And there's very little to knock, apart from it's having a few little, personal with this. I can only review this device, and it's it seems to be a little bit higher than usual. Problems reading the ohms, etc. But like I've said all that before, I'm just trying to justify. I don't need to justify it, to be honest. It sells itself. But what won't happen is customers won't buy these devices if Koopor keep marketing them and building USB devices, especially on the single 18650 devices that don't charge up from inside the mod. But I always charge my batteries in an external charger anyway. That's another argument. But I'm sure Koopor at some stage will come away from that statement that they made. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening to me rambling on about this device. Hopefully you've got what you want from the video. Approved Vapors now reach 5,000 members, where I'm admin on, and the admin team of 9 people. We just recently recruited another one, Chris Shaw. Welcome, Chris. It's been absolutely fantastic from the very start of Approved Vapors up until now, and seeing us through the future. I can see us being really, really big in the coming in the coming months into the new year. Hopefully, we're just growing and growing, and I just want to say thank you to all the members on there, all the admin team. John Bold, who supplies me with a lot of devices for review, to show you guys here on not only on my channel but also on the Facebook group itself. But thank you again, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next review. Bye.